Yeah, I thought obviously the start of turning that puck over right away, and they do what they do and they find a way to score in those moments. But I thought after that we grabbed our feet. I thought obviously we had like 6 days off in between games, and so I thought we were a little bit sloppy, a little rusty. The passing early wasn't very good, and then I think as we started to get our feet underneath us and we started to get more involved in the game, I thought that's when we started to really play. I thought power play did a really good job in the second period of really grabbing some momentum for us. Scored a big goal. We scored another one towards the end of the period. Penalty kill did a good job. They killed the one off early, and then we killed a big one off at the end of the game. And then I think for the most part, everybody was contributing in some sort of way tonight. Even if they didn't have their best, they were defending the right way. They brought their B game. We were physical, didn't get a lot of space. So I liked our effort tonight. It was a much better effort. And the good thing for us as a group is that we talked about going into it is that some players are getting some opportunities that they might not have and they haven't had yet this year. And I thought there were some players that really stepped up tonight.
When you go down 2-0, could have been easy to be like, first game back, here we go again. But instead, you answered with 3 straight goals. Does that say something too about the mentality of your team?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's it's been something we've done a lot this year is that we've found a way to come from behind in games, that we've given up leads early in games. It's obviously been something that we're working through and we're trying to get better. But we do know that if we can start grabbing some footing in the game and we get one on the power play and then we get another one to close the period out. Now it's a 2-2 game. We score a quick one with X scoring a big goal and it's a good goal that we need him to get and putting himself at the net front. And then after that, I thought, obviously they scored right away after it. But I thought for the most part, we did a pretty good job at limiting their dangerous chances. Did they get some? Yes, they're always going to get some. They're a very good team. But I thought we did a pretty good job at steering them to the outside for the most part. We made it hard to get through the neutral zone, which was a big key for us. And then, obviously, we ended up winning in a shootout.
You guys are at a point now where no matter what, somebody's going to have to sit on D.
Yep.
I guess, what are you kind of looking for from your guys on an individual level to buy themselves more games?
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to. Competition breeds success, and I've said that a lot. And I think it's a good thing for our defensive group. It's a strength of our team right now. We have a lot of very good defensemen back there. We've had conversations of what it could look like moving forward. I think they know that when they get in, they're gonna have to play. And they're gonna have to play the right way, and they're gonna have to compete. They're gonna have to make sure they're making good puck plays. They're defending our net, being hard in the corners. But the key for us is that we have to make sure that we continuously get them all to play. So there might be days where they're coming out of the lineup and they might have had a really good game the game before, but in order to keep 9D that belong in the lineup almost every single night, like we have to keep them playing. So we're going to have a little bit of a rotation. It might not be the thing that all of them are going to want, but they have to understand that we got to keep everybody going. And that's part of being a team is sacrificing some things for your teammates at times. And that's kind of where we're at right now. And we've had conversations. Everybody knows what the situation is. And I have no doubt because of the character that we have on that back end and in our room in general that we shouldn't have any issues with it.
Eklund scored, not just that he scored, but how he scored. You talked about getting interior.
Yep.
It's been a big message. And he scores near the net.
Yeah.
Is that a good messaging for now, the rest of the offense, which really could step up now?
For sure. It's just we do generate tons of chances, but we got to get those chances and we got to be better at burying our chances when we get the opportunities. So that one there, we get to the net front, we get where we need to get to because they have to get inside to score. Stops at the net, elevates when we need to elevate because the goaltenders nowadays are so good down low and he ends up scoring a goal. But if you don't go there, if he doesn't go there and he goes off to the side or he stops a little bit high or he lands in a different spot, we don't get that goal. So that's the mindset of we have to finish on the net all the time. We have to finish inside. We have to make sure we have numbers around their net. We're going to be hungry for second chances. And when we get those chances, we have to make good on them. So we ended up finding a way to do that tonight.
And with the shootouts, another shootout for you guys, becoming experts at it. I noticed you like going first. Is that is that a strategic thing? Is there something behind it?
Yeah, I like to start it off, especially when we get the choice. I like to, if we have someone that we feel that can score or at least give us the best opportunity to score right away. And Robbie's been very good so far. Knock on some wood on that one. At least it gets us up early, and now it's on them to catch up to us. So I've always been a believer in I'd rather not play from behind. I'd rather play from ahead, and I'd like to press and be on top of them with that aggressive mindset, and that's the way we're going to continue to do it.
You talked briefly about Tucker, but again tonight, doing everything you ask, getting the power play goal in minutes and winning some big face-offs. What is it about his game that is translating right now for you?
Yeah, I think he's so competitive. He never quits on any puck. He does the right things in the defensive zone. He blocks shots. He's hard. He plays through guys. He's not the biggest of guys, but he plays like he's 6'3". Like his physicality and willing to get in, use his leverage and get underhands and get inside. He's a player that you can play anywhere in the lineup. You can play him down in your lineup. You can play him up in your lineup. You can play him in the middle. You can play him on the right. You can play him on the left. So it's a valuable tool, and he can play in all situations too. You can kill penalties. You can put him on the power play like he did tonight. I have him out there at 3-on-3 at the end of the game because he can skate and he can make some plays, and he's going to compete on pucks. So, he's the thing that makes him special though is it's not his it's his everyday process. It's his mindset when he comes to the rink and it's time to practice. He works. He's in the gym longer than anybody. He's always the last one to leave the rink every single day. He just has a workman mentality, which just keeps him ready all the time. So if he's in or if he's out, he's always ready to go, and he always brings something to the table.
You played Wilkes-Barre a few times early in the season. They played you well. They beat you until just now. It feels good. How does it feel to battle against a team that isn't first in your division, played well against you so far this season?
Yeah, no, I was, we have had our struggles against them this year. It's very obvious. The scores show that. But the biggest, they're a very good hockey team. You got to give them credit. They're a very good hockey team. They're coached well. They do the right things. They play the right way. They're opportunistic, and when they get their opportunities, they have guys that can score. So it's more of the game that we played tonight is limiting our mistakes and limiting mistakes in dangerous areas of the ice. We can live with a mistake on a play that's below the goal line or in the O-zone or things like that, but it's the turnovers on the blue. It's the turnovers breaking out and trying to make a play through when they're tracking hard through the middle. It's those turnovers that make them dangerous. Tonight, I thought we did a pretty good job outside of that first goal of limiting those turnovers and limiting their game of getting up the ice quickly and transitioning fast on you. And I thought that we took care of the neutral zone better than we've done against them this year. And that's just being a lot tighter, making sure it was hard and muddy in the track so they didn't have a clean track to get up and down the rink with. They had to skate through guys, and we had numbers. And so I thought, for the most part, our plan that we wanted to have, we did a good job at executing it tonight.